ability to be great. You have to be willing to activate the great from within. It starts with you, and it starts right now. Yeah, you're back on Activate the Great with Mr. Tyler Davis.
Greg Thomas, how you doing, man?
Good, man. Rocking and rolling, no complaints.
Yeah, man, don't help none.
Oh, no.
No, man. Too many blessings out there.
Man, you look, man, here's the thing about complaints, 90% of the people out there don't care about your problems, and the other 10% are glad you got them. Fact.
That is a fact.
So it's like, what's the point? You know what I mean? And all you're doing is, pushing yourself to the edge by just even talking about it and sensationalizing it. And I think we do that a lot, day in and day out.
Hyper focus on all the wrong things.
Well, and I really want to give value to, the autopilot sensationalization station that people find themselves in. You're beating a drum. You don't even know you're doing it. You're not even conscious of it. But what you're doing is you're sabotaging yourself. You're robbing yourself from your focus, your ability to stay on task. And, now you're a victim.
Right.
You know?
I mean, it's the constant chasing of the thoughts that lead to emotions. And then you never circle back to like, why am I even doing this?
Well, it just cascades. You know what I mean? It's like next thing you know, 15 minutes went by and you really got nothing to show for it.
Right. It's like the dog in the backyard chasing its tail.
Oh,
like
for
the
real.
the whole world's going on around you, but you miss it all.
Oh, yeah.
You're spinning in a circle, man.
You're just sitting there, just stuck between your ears. You know what I mean? Sitting
Right.
there, thinking about this, thinking about that. You have no time for strategy. You have no time for planning. At least this is what you convince yourself.
Right. I mean, one of the most powerful things that when you and I started working together that you told me that I think about every day is you cannot worry yourself to a solution.
Yeah, no.
You can't. And old me used to do that.
I think we all do that until you snap out of it, or you just don't care that you keep doing it.
Right.
Because there's plenty of those people out there that know the path and just intentionally, whether it's conscious or non-conscious, I mean, it's still an intention. You still don't walk the path.
Yeah.
It's like that's even worse. You know these things.
Oh, man.
But somehow you're absolved from that.
Right.
Rules
Rules don't apply to me.
Right. It's the do as I say, not as I do approach. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah.
He's just going to put me in a little relapse there.
Oh, dude, that's it, though.
Start twitching.
And I think there was probably, a generation that could get away with that.
Yeah.
But we are the most enlightened, supposedly anyway, the most enlightened generation, or time in human civilization.
Well,
you would,
absolutely.
to a degree.
There's never been a time where you could access information within a minute.
If you want to know it. Yeah,
right.
It's now.
I mean, hey, Siri.
Yeah, it's now-ish. You know what I mean? It's like there's no excuse to not know.
Right.
You just chose not to know.
Exactly.
And then that's a whole other thing. Chosen ignorance.
Yep.
Come on back.
Yeah.
Because you're choosing it by default.
It still all the time makes me think of that scene in Matrix. When he's taking a bite of the steak. Ignorance is bliss.
Keep watching this same little mind movie.
Right. Because that's when he's pointing out that he knows it, but he no longer cares.
That's it. And he found the razor's edge of caring.
Yeah.
Right? Just kind of pushed it to the limit. And I think people do that all the time. The razor's edge is a lifestyle almost, So today we're going to talk about 3 reasons to avoid the razor's edge in life.
Yep.
It's not a lifestyle, for one.
Shouldn't be.
It's just not at all. But you make it a lifestyle. That's what you're choosing for yourself. Every Monday is a Manic Monday.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's like redlining your life the whole time. Like if you redline that motor, pretty soon it's gonna blow up.
Kind of like how people are like, "Hey, I'm just happy to be here." Why are you only happy for that?
Right.
Oh, I'm just glad I made it. Why?
Yeah.
That's okay. Oh man, the morning I had.
Right.
All these things that happened to me.
Well, like
on that space though, right? Like people start talking about all these things that happened to them. Actually, what it is you have 5 or 6 different things that you're riding the razor's edge of in life, and there's gonna be days where that all hits the fan on the same day.
Exactly, and that's why when you're riding the razor's edge, it's that 1 or 2 things that push you over the tipping point.
That's it.
And I think we all have to remember that a lot of these things that are happening to us were once either a prayer or a wish.
Sure.
I had somebody, a good friend of mine, that recently told me, because he caught me having one of those days.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? It's better than being irrelevant and nobody wanting to kick you.
Yeah.
Because I told him, I was like, man, I feel like I'm getting kicked all day.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, man, it's better than being irrelevant.
Well, dude, and you start realizing that, that's just another opportunity to catch yourself with, like, the Ricky Repeater
Exactly.
noise, the pre-programmed, pre-wired fiber optics that are there, that it's still buried there. No matter how good of a job you thought you've done, you're gonna relapse.
You will. Man, I learned that over the last couple of years big time. I mean, it's absolutely one of those things that you've got to keep in mind, that you are going to have unresolved ish.
Mm-hmm.
You are.
Yeah.
Until you don't.
Until you don't have anything else to like really work for or like get excited about, right? Because you've maxed yourself out. You've rode the razor's edge to the max on every little thing, whether it's your bank account, whether it's your diet, whether it's your just overall health, whether it is what you set aside from a planning standpoint.
Absolutely.
Are you doing any of these things? So to dive into this a little bit, 3 reasons to avoid the razor's edge in life. Number 1, Manic is not a sustainable lifestyle.
No, it's not. I mean, my goodness, I tried it. And I think to piggyback off of everything that you just said, it's like we think that we still have time. The illusion that I'll get to it tomorrow.
Right.
Like, I'll just keep pushing it off. I'll keep pushing it off. And then everything stacks up. And then you're in this manic state riding the razor's edge. And then something happens. And then now it's like, oh, damn.
Folks think that being intentional is something that you pick up and put down.
Mm-mm.
Being intentional is like your skin. It's always there. You don't pick it up and put it down. You be intentional with everything that you do.
Yeah.
Sitting back and just waiting for bad things to happen, like if all you're thinking about is you're waiting for the shoe to drop, it's going to drop.
Oh man, the secret.
That's it. What you
law
think
of
about, you bring about, baby. I mean,
Right.
and if you're always just rushing, 5 minutes late to everything, always.
Right.
You may be really good at a lot of things, but it's going to get overshadowed.
Oh man, it's a state of chaos that you live in.
Yeah, and it's not sustainable at all. You don't realize like the negative impact, like your thoughts, like the vibration that you send out to the whole body, to the whole universe, to everything that you do day in and day out, your interactions with people, your friends, your family, your coworkers. You're wearing that on your sleeve.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
People can sense it. They pick it up and and then it's like, oh, well, I just don't really fit in. Like, well, when's the last time you even tried to be inclusive?
Yeah.
When's the last time you were even present enough to be engaging on any level that's sustainable?
Yeah.
You can't sustainably engage with people if you're in constant manic state.
Nope.
It just isn't sustainable. You're going to be very unhappy.
Yeah.
You won't get excited about things. You're going to be Eeyore moping around. Oh, well, we'll see what happens here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yep.
At least I'm here. And it's like, that's not showing up just isn't enough. In the world of participation trophies that we live in,
right.
People think that you can just show up. You can just phone it in.
It's a start, but man, there's way more to it.
How's that exciting? How's like a constant state of mania? This isn't, we're talking about the Royal Rumble. This isn't WWE.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't happening.
Same pay-per-view.
No.
This is your life.
Exactly. This old Ultimate Warrior. You shouldn't have to feel like the Ultimate Warrior every day in and day out.
Right.
Just getting rocked.
But so many of us do.
We, as a collective society, do it all the time.
Yeah.
You just can't live a manic lifestyle and expect to achieve anything. Mm-mm. You wonder why you're stuck? You're riding the razor's edge. So number 2, traction will be hard to come by. You're never going to feel like you're getting ahead. You're never going to feel like what you did was good. You're never going to be able to notice the little wins.
Oh, man. Yeah.
The windfalls, the great things that happened, they won't stand out.
Yeah, man. All of that stuff. I mean, because that's how we slip into that slope of, never giving yourself grace or never appreciating the little things. It's all the small little wins, but when you're constantly redlined, it blows right by you.
Oh, absolutely. You're contaminating the well.
Yeah.
You don't even know what you're putting into your body, and you think it's only food and drink that you put into your body. There's a lot of different ways that you can add toxic elements into your aura, into your presence, into your everyday life and actions.
Noise.
What happens when there's noise?
Oh, man, it just gets cumbersome.
Yeah.
Overwhelming. Like, you can't focus. You can't think straight.
You can't hear the bells, man.
No.
You just can't hear like the resounding good things, the resonance of like planning and strategery. Not that that's a real word, but you know what I mean.
It's wild that you say that because right now I'm in the middle of Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now.
Yeah.
And he'll sporadically or randomly ding a bell.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very intentional.
Sure it is.
It's to snap you out of whatever is going on in your head and bring you back.
That's a great book, by the way. I read that about 6-7 years ago. And Eckhart Tolle's the man. He's got a great story. You talk about like believing and not riding the razor's edge, or keeping your mind right, believing in something. Like this dude got down to his last dollar, scratches off a lottery ticket, and has enough to sustain him until his book comes out.
Right.
Come on, man.
I mean, yeah.
You want to talk about, being in the right frame of mind? You're sitting here writing this book for the masses to help people, and you can barely help yourself financially.
Yeah.
That takes some fortitude. Oh. That takes some strategy. Yes, in this instance, in this example, he pushed it to the edge financially, but he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I believe
super intentional.
Super intentional.
Yep.
Okay, now sometimes you will flirt with the razor's edge when you are super intentional, but that was your plan.
Yeah.
It didn't just happen to you. You didn't just show, oh man, I got $8 in the bank account. No, you knew what the deal was. You're like, look, this is what I'm willing to do. This is how bad I want it. This is how intentional I'm going to be.
Yeah, because he had to bet on himself and buy that lottery ticket. How amazing is that?
Tell me about it, right?
Yeah, universe is like, here you go.
Here you go, player. I like what you're doing. No, but like if you're always riding the razor's edge, I mean, there's always going to be an idiot in front of you. You're always going to be late. You're always going to have this. There's going to be this missed bill. There's going to have this. You fill in the blank. But what you won't have is traction.
Right.
It will be hard to come by.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like in third grade when you got those 4-stripe buddies. You best believe you're going to slip on the ice.
Oh, you know it, baby.
You ain't got no traction.
None. Not at all. And then what you end up doing is, you get around people that are getting traction, and good luck not being a hater.
It's going to be easy to fall into that mindset.
Oh, man.
Because, they got the Nikes.
You got all the bricks.
They got the Nikes on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it was just given to them.
Oh, yeah, no.
Man,
no.
It's easy to fall into that mindset and then start the complaint thing, which turns into a lifestyle, which turns into a mindset.
For sure.
Creates those habits.
You're finding like you're not getting any traction in life. Maybe you're riding the razor's edge a little too much, And lastly, strategy is your friend.
Yes, it is. Map it out.
That's it. The more time you spend in strategy, the less time you spend in the whirlwind.
Right. I mean, The Art of War was one of the greatest books, and I mean, it definitely talks about, like, there's nobody that's going to go into battle without a strategy.
And you're not spending as much time as you think in strategy to have it be a massive, massive benefit. For a 40-hour work week, if you spend 3 hours of a 40-hour work week in strategy, your time in the whirlwind will be much calmer.
Yeah.
Okay? It will be sustainable. Okay? Yeah. You won't feel like you're pushing the razor's edge of your psyche, of your want to. Think about how you can give yourself the gift of strategy. You can talk about intention and being intentional. I mean, that's being strategic.
Yeah, man.
Right? And when you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
That was on the tip of my tongue the whole time you were saying that, man.
Oh, dude, it was almost a topic.
But it's almost
so
true.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you don't, like you said, invest that time up front. We've said it in another way before. Tomorrow starts today.
Yeah.
Like, plan tomorrow today. Part of tomorrow is going to be whatever it is meant to be. The other part is what you make of it. And that starts by strategizing today for tomorrow.
That matters. Like, just that mindset that you get into, like, okay, am I set up, is tomorrow set up today?
Yeah, and if it's not, that's where the Manic comes in. Because it's like you're holding on to the reins of a runaway stagecoach.
Oh, yeah, and you will get bombarded. The universe is going to throw everything at you as soon as you ride that razor's edge. Just watch, okay? You're running late. Instead of being 5 minutes early, you're 5 minutes late. You catch a train. Yep. I mean, that's just the way it goes down. You meant to get something taken care of the other day or prior days or whatever, and then you're knocking it out, and then 5 phone calls come in, and you miss out on an opportunity. Or you have your back against the wall, and you're not even thinking about an opportunity because you've consumed yourself with whatever you have at hand.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of the... It's funny you say that, man. Just this morning in the shower, I was thinking, am I as prepared for my next opportunity as I need to be?
What does that even look like, right? Like, think it out, spell it out. I think people stop a light bulb comes on, but they don't go into the room. It's like, okay, you got a light bulb on. Yeah. Why? Yeah. You're not doing anything with it. Go check.
See
go
what's
do
going
something.
On in
like
there.
You're worth it. Okay, you're worth intention. You're worth strategy. You're worth traction. You're worth not living a manic life day in and day out, Ricky Repeater, Groundhog Day.
Everything you just said is getting to the root of the issue, because so many times whether it's we get prescribed something or we just self-diagnose where I have this. Well, do you? Like, let's get to the root of it.
Or
like maybe you're living a manic lifestyle.
Yeah. On top of it, you might even start to realize how you're choosing that lifestyle.
Yeah.
If you really want to know, if you really want a solution, if you really believe that you're worth it, if you really believe that your life is more than what you've already achieved, if you believe that the unknown is fun,
right,
and there's all kinds of success and things that haven't happened yet.
Yep.
You're going to basically base all your decisions today off of what already happened to you? No, man, do something today.
Yeah.
Make it happen today. The Razor's Edge is not a lifestyle. That's not a place that you want to be and hang out day in and day out. You know what's going to happen? You're going to get cut.
Yep.
That's it. So number 1, Manic is not a sustainable lifestyle. Number 2, traction will be hard to come by. And 3, strategy is your friend.
Yes, it is.
It is. Get in there, have fun with it, realize you're worth it. Make it intentional, and let's get strategic today. We're out. Want to take a quick minute to thank our sponsor, ccmindiana.com, for all your mortgage needs. Very competitive, ready to rock, ready to help you be a pre-approved buyer that can compete. Ready to get pre-approved for your next mortgage? Stop by ccmindiana.com and see how we can help.